morning, brothers and sisters. And to all of you who are just joining us here at St. Philip Benizi Parish, welcome, and I hope you find your stay here enjoyable and come back again. Today, I'm going to talk to you all about a pressing issue in the world today: ignorance. Ignorance about a major religion, a religion called Islam. It is the second largest religion on this earth, second only to our own Christian faith. And in this speech, I am going to inform you of the relationship between Muhammad and the Islamic Allah and our own Christian God, the 5 pillars of Islam, and some misconceptions people have about the practices of the Islamic faith. First off, Muhammad. Most people consider Muhammad to be the founder of Islam. However, this is not true. Muhammad was a prophet who was spoken to by God, but he did not create the faith. He gathered many followers along his way as he was teaching people about what was at that point, or what Muslims consider today to be the continuation of what was the Jewish and then the Christian faith. And many people also believe that Allah is a separate God than our own Christian one. However, this is also not exactly true. Allah is actually the Arabic word for the God. And this God is the same as our own Christian God. Where the Christian and the Muslim gods are different is in the existence of Jesus Christ. See, we believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. However, Muslims believe that Jesus Christ was a prophet who was spoken to by God, and that the people who followed him corrupted his message and turned him into a God the Son of God. Now that I have informed you of Muhammad and Allah, I'm going to speak to you about the 5 pillars of Islam. The 5 pillars of Islam are creed, prayer, almsgiving, fasting, and pilgrimage to Mecca. Now, these 5 pillars are very similar to the basis of our own faith, in that the creed in Islamic faith is basically just a statement that God is God and that there is no one other than God. So it's very similar to our own Nicene Creed and our Apostles' Creed, which we say every day at every Mass. Prayer is also very similar. In the Muslim faith, they pray 5 times every day in a highly ritualized schedule. This is similar to our own schedule each week, where we pray every day. Sometimes also ritually, like when we get up and when we go to bed and at meal times, but also throughout the day when we just need help from God and we pray for strength. And and also each day or each week at Mass when we go on Sundays. Almsgiving or charity is giving to the poor, which we also do in our lives and at Mass when we pass around the collection plate and give money so that the church can help the poor. And fasting in Muslim faith is during Ramadan, but we also do something of the same during Advent when we give something up, and during Lent when we do not eat meat on Fridays. And the pilgrimage to Mecca, this is something which they do only when they have the means to do so. And it's somewhat similar to our own desire to go and visit Jerusalem or Bethlehem and see the birthplace of Jesus and the place where Jesus dies. So, now that I have spoken to you of the 5 pillars of Islam, here are some misconceptions that most people have about Islam. First, and most importantly, jihad. Most people consider jihad to translate as holy war, and to be an encouraged act of violence against people who are not of the Islamic faith. This is not true. The jihad does not actually have a direct translation into English, and it can actually mean anything from effort to struggle. And this is not like a struggle against other faiths and trying to forcefully convert them, but it is rather the effort that a person, a Muslim, can make to convince another person to merely act well, to treat others fairly and kindly, and the hijab, which is the headscarf that many Muslim women wear. This is not something which is forced upon them, as many people who are not familiar with Islam think. This is actually something that Muslims do as a sign that they are faithful to God and they believe that they should be acting this way, and it's somewhat similar to our own desire to wear a cross around our necks, a crucifix, to show that we are Christians and we have faith in God and we believe that God will protect us. So, now that I have introduced misconceptions, in conclusion, Jesus tells us that we should love our neighbor as we love ourselves. As the second largest faith on this earth, the Islamic community is our biggest neighbor, and we should love them and respect them for who they are, rather than revile them for our misconceptions about their faith. Thank you, and God bless you.